What's up, everybody? This is Fiddy.
And I'm Izzy.
And this is
How We
Talk Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Today in studio.
You guys got it.
Yeah, it's been 60 of them, right?
You know, sometimes I try to get that deep voice, like, ooh, yeah, but it's
Like
that broadcaster voice.
Yeah. Sometimes it works,
Don't
sometimes it
have
doesn't.
No. Well, I'll tell you, the one that doesn't have a broadcasting deep voice like Barry White is Jackie.
Thank God.
She doesn't have a voice like that.
I feel like it's kind of deep. So that's why you were like, do you want to hear yourself? No, I don't want to hear myself. Leave those headphones over there.
No. Jackie, she's a bartender at Callahan's Irish Pub.
Yes, Callahans in Azusa.
Callahan's in Azusa,
In
not
Azusa.
Irwindale.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, this was a few episodes back, right?
Yeah.
I was adamant that it was in Irwindale. I'm like, I got pulled over twice in front of that bar. I know, and I always thought it was Irwindale.
It is right on the border there.
Yeah,
so.
it
You know what the confusion was, though? Was we were talking about Santa Fe Dam.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying how Santa Fe Dam is in Azusa.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, dude, it's in Azusa. It's like really close to Callahans. And Callahans is in Azusa. And you're like, Callahans is in Irwindale. And that's where the argument started.
Right.
Or it went there.
Yeah.
I think because it's on Irwindale, because for the longest time I thought it was in Irwindale too. And then when I would go to map it from my house, it was always coming up in Azusa. And I'm like, okay, I guess. I mean, MapQuest probably knows better than I do,
Right.
you know? But I think the Irwindale Avenue and then,
That's the confusion for sure.
that's the confusion.
But Santa Fe Dam is in Irwindale.
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa, what's that?
Is that me?
That is you.
better not be me.
What? I turned my phone off.
Oh, man.
I know it's not mine.
Is that me?
That's you, dude.
That was like,
He tried to blame you. Oh.
that was to start the podcast.
I thought that was my alarm to get up because the whole time changed. I like to take naps.
Set my alarm for 4 p.m., please.
Oh, you know what that was? That was for WWE Fastlane. It just started today, and my son's into like WWE right now.
Gotta have a reminder for that for sure. My son is so into WWE.
Is he really?
Oh my gosh, he's all about it.
I used to love watching it back in the day.
Yeah.
He's only 6'2", and I'm.
He's pretty tall.
Yeah.
6'2".
No.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, he's 6'2". He's 6 years old and he's 6'2".
Oh, damn.
He's the best on his
6'2".
baseball team.
Basketball, football. What are we talking
Baseball,
about?
but you know, they are going to be tall. I'm sure they'll be really tall. My 4-year-old is huge. He's almost the same size as his brother, so they'll be big boys.
Yeah.
My grandpa was 6'5".
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be a tall one.
And he plays baseball.
He plays baseball.
That's cool. My kid he loves baseball.
Oh my God, he loves it.
Yeah.
I was a little worried because I don't want to play sports. He's all into video games and stuff, and I'm like, you have to play sports. You have to do something else, you know. And I'm a big snowboarder. I love snowboarding, so I've been taking him snowboarding, and he's good. He's good at it. And then he golfs. So I kind of want to keep him in everything. It's like, let's just do it all, you know, and then you decide what you're good at. But
for sure.
he's been loving baseball, like loving it. And I'm stoked. I like baseball too. So
I like that. His swing, I have never seen her kid play baseball, but I can imagine his swing being really good because of the snowboarding, because it develops his core.
you know the thing
So
is
he probably has a really good balance.
Great swing. He has a great swing, and it's he hasn't hit the ball yet. Like, okay, we've only had 3 games, but you could tell his swing is good, and it's kid pitch. It's the first year kid pitch, so he's a little nervous. I think they're nervous, and he hasn't hit it yet. But at the batting cages, he can do the 50-mile-an-hour, no problem, and just like whack the ball line drives,
that'll
all
come.
day. So
That'll come.
Yeah, it will. He's
I would
little
say
still, 6 years old.
Go out there and pitch to him. Not the machine pitch. Go out there, go to the cage, and have someone pitch it.
That's what we do. That's what we've been doing. Yes. My neighbor's actually it's his. I would say it might be his grandpa, his step grandpa, but he'll go with us all the time, and he kind of helps us. And yeah, it's really cool. Like they love it, and it's good to have help like that.
It's a great sport, man. I wish I played when
is.
I was younger. I just played soccer. But I wish I played baseball.
That's what he wants to play. He wants to play soccer. But like I said, I'm going to
fun
let him
too.
play everything. When it comes up, I'm like, right now you're doing 6 weeks of baseball because we just paid for that. But then when, the next one comes up, we'll...
6 weeks?
No, it's longer than that.
I
I don't
like,
know.
ours is
However
10.
long it is. Yeah, it's like 19 games. I have 6 weeks was just a random number I came up with. But whatever, however long it is. And then we'll go to soccer and we'll go do everything else. But
just keep them active, right?
Exactly. As long as they're active. I think that's so important these days with our, our youth, because they're our next generation. And it's like, I know when I was young, all the kids that were in sports and everything and busy all the time, they were the successful ones now, know. It's like stay out of trouble, and that's the easiest way, I think, is just being
sports
busy
could definitely teach discipline.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
big
sure.
time,
For sure.
Yeah.
Getting benched because you showed up late to practice, even though it wasn't your fault, it's probably your mom's fault.
But still,
it
it's kind of your
you.
responsibility. And like my son's in 1st grade, and his teacher, her biggest thing is like their homework is their responsibility. So if he forgets it, then it's on him. It's not on you. And it's like it's true. So he's forgotten it a couple times, and I'm like, but it's not my fault. You know, it was your fault.
That's good. There you go.
It is. You have to with our kids. I feel like we were raised so differently, and it's now.
Well, the time has changed. We're
Changed
talking
so
about
much.
that with the internet. Like they grew up with internet. We didn't. We saw the creation. The beginning of
Beginning
internet,
of it, but not till later,
No.
right? I mean, that
Right.
was
Yeah,
a lot later. We had none of that stuff when we were kids.
I think the internet was around when I was in high school, but I really didn't mess around with it because I didn't have a computer at home.
Yeah, no, we had that. It was like the slow dial-up. It was like really like I felt like
dial-up.
I felt like it was kind
When
of
you could
more
hear
like
it
the
coming
rich
on.
people had it. You know what I mean? Or it's like it was
You could
kind of
hear
like kind of the same thing with the cell phones when there were those big box cell phones that you carried
Oh,
around. It
yeah.
was like all the rich guys or the drug dealers had them or the mafia. Not everyone had a cell phone back then when they were the big old brick ones.
Yep.
But now it's just everywhere. It's so accessible and it's scary.
Yeah, that's why I tell them all the time, like, we're not going to be able to escape it. So it's going to be there.
It's there.
You just got to learn to balance the whole, like, playing outside and being
I
active
think
and all that.
that is exactly
Yeah.
it. It's moderation. My
Right.
first son,
Moderation.
he had it all the time. My second son, I didn't give it to him at all. So he really had and they're so different. It's crazy how different they are. My second son has such an amount. He can entertain himself for hours just with toys and just crash and and my other son's like constant needs attention, and it's like I did it differently the second time because I saw how it affected him, and I think that's a big deal. Moderation is really
For your
important.
oldest, is it harder now to try to get him away from all that? Because
Well, with the sports and everything, it's easy
Now,
because
helping
now
out.
that he's getting into the sports and he wants to snowboard and we got a trampoline and a basketball hoop, so I can keep them outside more. We live near a golf course, so I take them out there all the time and try to get them just to putt and stuff like that. So I try to keep them outside as much, but it's hard because it's scary these days. We used to be able to get on our bikes, right, and just go out
Just
until
take
the
off.
sun, until the lights came on.
Sundown.
But now,
Not anymore.
I don't want to let them go out front and ride their bikes, right?
Yeah.
And I unless I'm sitting out there watching them, and I've got laundry to fold and dishes to do and mom stuff to do, so it's tough. It makes it hard. It's nice my parents have they live close in Yorba Linda and they have horse property. I have horses and stuff there, so they go there a lot, and when they're there they'll be outside all day long.
Nice.
Come
That's
back
cool.
in and they're just dirt word and so that's cool. That's good to have.
Yeah. What's
nice.
interesting is a lot of people say how there's a lot more crime nowadays. I don't think there's a lot more crime. I think that we have that availability, like where everybody's posting this and that, like all the
we
crime.
see it. It's
more,
the
right?
media. There's so much more media and there's so much more coverage on it.
Yeah, but do you think that just there's less distraction because when we were younger, our parents, I think when they would let us out, they knew that there's bad people around. Right?
Yeah.
They always knew that, but I think that they trusted all the people around that would be watching. If you were out there in the street and you saw a little kid get dragged, you're gonna do something about it.
Right.
Back then, now not so much because most people are distracted.
They don't
We're
pay
on our
attention.
phones,
Yeah,
we're not paying
exactly.
attention.
I mean,
or they
it's
might see it
crazy.
and be like, "Whoa, it could be or could not." I don't know.
I don't know. You're right. It was just different. And maybe it was community. Maybe it was closer knit communities or people lived in places longer or, it's just different now.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah. I grew up in a very close-knit community, and some of those people are still there,
Yeah.
And I see it with our grandchildren. They're the same. They'll be sitting out there, like you said,
Yeah.
But they're older already. They got the time to do that. So,
Right. Yeah.
You know, they put out the cones, like, to slow traffic.
I
down or
live in a
something like
neighborhood
that.
similar to that, and everyone's lived there. We're like the youngest, I want to say, on the whole street, and they have most of them have been there forever, so it's kind of like that. But still, I feel like the street's not super safe. It's kind of a cut through, and people drive fast.
Yeah.
And at my 4-year-old, he knows not to go in the street, but like if his ball went in the street, I can't say that he's not going to just dart off and run and grab it, because he probably
Natural
will. That's
reaction,
your
boom.
that's your first instinct, and so that's that scares me too. It's like I don't know. I've seen a lot of stuff, and maybe it is the media, and we see it so much more, but I do, and it scares me.
Yeah. No, we definitely live with a lot more fear than we did
for sure.
back in the day. For sure.
Yeah.
It sucks,
Social
but
media.
It
is.
is.
It is. That's
Social
what we're
media.
talking about. How
But we were
it's
just
a
talking about it.
Good thing, but it could also
could
be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
for sure.
But let's talk about the good thing of social media.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking about like the free advertising.
Yeah,
and
the power
marketing
of
and
social
the
media.
Power
Yeah.
of social media.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's great. I mean, our podcast is, if you can call it a successful podcast, it's somewhat successful because of social media. You know, like everybody's just sharing a video and then they like it and they get some followers and people starting to listen to something that they didn't have before,
Right.
And that's like the power of social media. And in your business, same thing. How if you post more pictures and more videos, you're gonna get people coming in. You attract them in, and otherwise they would never know. For example, Callahan's Irish Pub. That's where you work.
Yes.
That's a bar that I always see, and I love Irish pubs because to me, drinking equates to Irish like Mexicans. Like we just drink, you know. I mean, like the flag is very similar, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just kind of like the same thing, drinking. So that's why I get drawn into the Irish pub, you know. And then plus the accents are pretty cool when the bartender speaks it. You should learn
an
Irish accent. But that bar, I always see it.
You're pretty good at Irish accents.
Let me hear it. Let me hear the Irish.
I
could do English. I don't know. Irish is
Get your hands off my shillelagh. You know?
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, try again.
I don't know Irish accents. I'll probably sound like German or something like that.
Yeah, I don't. What is Irish?
What is Irish? Do you have an Irish accent?
I don't.
Do you?
God.
I do not. I'm gonna figure it out though. I at least want to research
I'll
it
figure
later.
out what a shillelagh is.
Shillelagh.
Yeah, give me a bowl of Lucky Charms.
Yeah. There
That's
you go.
it.
Yeah.
That was my accent. No, anyways, what was I saying? Callahan's Irish Pub. That's a bar, dude, that I want to see successful. I used to drive by it all the time, and I always want to see it booming, you know? And there's a lot of times where it just looks dry, you know? So that power of social media right now is where it's going to take it to that next level. You know, I know it is. It's already, like, when I go in there, I see improvements, you know? You see,
Oh, yeah, no, he's totally
a lot
right.
of
Like,
stuff to it, you know?
It had I think it had a major dry spell, and it had a lot to do with staff, and you know, and we've got a lot of new bartenders coming in, and we have been a lot busier.
Yeah.
We have been getting a lot busier. Like you said, when our Christmas party, I mean, that was pretty busy. JC, he was there the whole time, and he was so cute. He had his own table, and he was just sitting there by himself, and he was so cute to me.
What did you think when he walked in?
I was so stoked. Did you come with him?
Yeah, I was there,
and
then he met me
first,
there,
and then you left.
Yeah.
I mean, his sweater, like, he won the contest.
Did
you know
he?
that, right? He
No.
won the ugly sweater contest. This sweater was amazing.
would.
It had like candles sticking
We'll have to
off
post
of
it
it.
up, dude. We'll have to post it up.
It was great. I have a picture with you guys, so I'll have to bring that up before I go. I'll send it to you.
No,
but
funny.
yeah, he was there the whole time because I know that he was just determined to win that contest because he knew he was gonna win, you know.
Yeah.
And he did. He won the contest.
That's funny.
He's cool. Yeah, but that was a fun party, and we're gonna do similar for St. Patrick's Day. It'll be a lot bigger. St. Patrick's Day gets pretty crazy over there, but
Yeah,
it'll
I
be
bet.
fun. We're gonna have it fun. We have bands, DJs. We're gonna open at 11 on Sunday, so. All of us are working. Everybody's like mandatory working. So we'll all be there, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Oh, our calendar. Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you guys.
You guys are doing a calendar?
We did a calendar.
Oh, nice.
The Callahan girls, all of us, got together on a Saturday and had a couple drinks, and a lot of our locals brought in their motorcycles, and we all get bikinis, and, you know, we got all cute and fun and dressed up, and we did a calendar. So we made a calendar. So
Nice.
it will come out on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Is that going to be like a 2020 with extended or?
No, actually, what we're gonna do is March to March or something like
okay.
that. Yeah, we'll do a whole year. It
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
a whole year whenever it came out. It will be. I think he wanted to say February to February, but it'll probably end up being March 1st to March 1st. So,
Okay.
Yeah, 2020. So 2020
cool.
extended exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll do it like that, but it turned out cute.
What month did you get?
I actually did a couple months. So I did June because it was my birthday, so I wanted to do that, and then I did. I want to say March. Well, whatever Easter is, because I did the Easter
April.
one.
Oh,
So
April.
it'll be April next year probably. So I did Easter. It was really cute. Well, actually, the bike I was on for the Easter was such a nice motorcycle. Oh my gosh, it was so nice. And so I was sitting on it, and, you know, I had a couple drinks, and we're having fun and all cute. And I'm like, you know, putting my legs up on it. So I stood up and turned it, and it was really heavy. It was like one of those like choppers, you know, made. And I turned it, and it just started falling. And I was like, and I had these my brand new cowboy boots on, right? So they slipped. I don't know what the heck. There must have been a crack in the ground. I don't know what happened, but somehow my boot stopped, and I put my weight into it and was able to like correct it and bring it back up. And
wow.
I just remember like everyone was behind me like, oh my God, like if I drop this guy's bike. First of all, my leg is crushed, you know,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
second of all, his bike, it was beautiful. And I just would have felt so bad. He was so stoked. He was like, I can't believe you saved my bike. And I'm like, at least, you know, I hope they know a little bit, like you got a bunch of girls, you know, having fun on your bikes. Like there could be an accident, you know, but I was trying my hardest and I was able to save it. Thank God.
How many girls is there?
So then I did a third month with Alex. I don't know if you guys have met Alex. She's
Alex US, right?
Alexis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
Alexis is actually her name is
I know
Alexis.
by the
handle?
Instagram.
yeah,
the handle.
exactly. Yeah, Alexis. I did one with her. So we did like an angel devil thing, and it was really
Nice.
cute. I had like these really cute bikini bottoms on, and the top broke. So yeah, I was like, great. So I
Is
did
there a
it
behind the scenes?
no, we have no behind the scenes.
No blooper
but
reel.
no, but we were able to make shift something, and it turned out really cute. And she had like a red bikini on, and it's gonna be cute.
That's fun.
You know, it's gonna kind of keep it classy, you know, but it'll be cute and fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're excited. So that'll come out that day, March 17th.
How long have you been at Callahan's?
Almost a year.
Oh, okay.
Almost a year. Yeah, it'll be a year. In a couple of, well, I guess May.
Oh, okay.
Like right around May 1st will be a year. So
All right.
I've been there for a while. And I got a job through my sister. So I was gonna go to a local bar in Orange County, and she's like, "Well, go. My friend's own a bar out in Azusa, and he said he could give you more days out there." And once I got there, it was like I said, I started meeting people, and then they've kind of become your friends, and you know, your family, or you're used to seeing them, and like I've got my regulars, they take care of me, and I like it out there.
That's cool.
I do.
Yeah.
I like it, and I feel the same way. Like I like that bar, and I know that it can do good, you know, and I want to see it do good.
It will.
I like the community. Yeah, for sure. It will. I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
The owners, did they purchase a year ago, or did they purchase?
They've owned it for, I want to say 6 years.
6 years.
Well, he just told me about the St. Patty's thing that they had been doing. This is their 6th year. So I know that the first year was when they started.
Okay.
So they've owned it for about 6 years. And they did the remodel on it, and yeah. So we're excited.
I can
It's
imagine
a cool little
how,
dive bar. I like dive bars.
It is
That's
a
my
cool
type
little
of bar.
Yeah.
I like bars like that. You know, it's kind of quiet. It gets crazy. Fridays get crazy. I don't know if you've ever been on a Friday.
Probably not.
Fridays are fun, but they get, you know, you can imagine that's the end of the week. Everybody works around there. You're getting paid, and so they all come in after work or for lunch. But Fridays stay pretty busy. Wednesdays stay busy too, though. But yeah, I do. I like the bar.
It's a nice, cool little place, you know. You know, that bar. You know, you're saying like you get a lot of your clientele or like your customers are from the industrial area part of it, because you know how it's all industrial right there on Urbandale. So I think right now, like that, you know, you have to try to market to get to other people in there. Yeah. And it is more of like, if you go in there, it looks like a sports bar. Yeah. Kind of like a sports bar.
Well, yeah, that's kind of that was kind of what they were going for. Yeah, that was what they were going for.
Oh, you could totally do that, especially with the football thing, and then right now, baseball. You have the most games, man. That's 162 games.
Oh, I know. And we've had no sports at all, so it's like I'm excited for baseball.
Yeah,
to come
baseball.
Back. I like baseball, but it's nice to just have some sports on TV, and that's what they were really going for with all the TVs, and you know they've got all the TVs up all the way around, and I feel like it could be a great sports bar. Yeah. You know, not a it doesn't have to be a full bikini bar, but you know, cute shorts, cute like Hooters type, like, you know, little
Hooters
shirts,
and what is that?
We have great food. Yeah. Like the food is great. You know, we have a big lunch crowd because the food is good. Yeah. And to be able to go and have you know, lunch and a drink for a reasonable price, it's very reasonably priced. So
kitchen's good, you know.
Yeah, I know the cook has been there for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Good food.
When was the first time you ever went there?
The first time, dude, it was probably when I was 21, because I wanted to hit up every bar in my area. So it had to be when I was 21. But
wow, have you been around local here then for? Oh,
I've been here since I was 5.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so 21. When I was probably the first time, but I don't remember it. You know, so the first time you asked me the first time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember. I don't remember my first time. I remember my last time.
I remember your last time too. I remember your first time since I've been working there.
Okay.
No, I want to say it was like it wasn't in the summer, but it was right before. It must have been right before Christmas.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, probably because you guys were there for the Christmas party, and I think that was like the second time you'd come in, right?
Yeah. That's when I had the idea. I was like, you know what? We need to interview someone from Callahans. And then you came in and you had a really great attitude. And I'm like, all right, maybe, you know.
We like hit it off right away. Yeah. We were like totally just, it was kind of busy. And like, I was like drawn to them for some reason. Yeah. And we just kept talking and talking. And then when he asked me, I'm like, yeah, that would be really fun. Yeah. And sorry it took so long to make it here. But, you know, life, I have 2 little boys. That's like a full-time job for sure.
That's Fiddy. That's his PR. That's his PR role. Yeah. He's good at it.
What about you? When was the first time you ever gone there?
So you've been there. You've been there.
No, I've been there.
No, he told me he's got a story, and I want to hear it. I told him, don't tell me. I want to wait until we get to
I used to do the whole bar scene and all that stuff, and then, you know, now just don't drink or whatever. But I used to drink a lot, and like him, I would hit up the local bars, you know. And this all stemmed from, what's that bar in San Dimas next to the country bar? Zendejas?
The Mexican? Yeah, Zendejas.
Oh, Zendejas.
Okay. So we were there. I was there with some buddies and stuff, drinking, getting all dumb, and we get in a huge fight. Yeah. Huge fight, right?
At Zendejas?
Yes. Okay. Huge fight. This is the first time I ever hit anybody with a crowbar.
With a crowbar. I was totally thinking like a glass, a mug.
Bottle, yeah.
I mean, something.
It got moved outside.
Wait, how did the crowbar get into
Apparently,
the bar?
I know it got moved outside.
No, we got outside.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, my friends, they were big dudes, and one of them was supposed to be a boxer. They were all getting whooped. Yeah, even the boxer. I'm like, this guy's supposed to be a boxer. So I was like, well, I got a crowbar in the back of my truck. This is when I had the truck.
Yeah.
Got to my truck and just, you know, started slanging, right? Helped out my friends, and then and then we got out. We got out of there, you know, alive.
So they started slanging.
And couple of weeks later, we show up at Callahans. So, okay, no, you've been there only a year, so you wouldn't know like Pork Chop Tom. Have you heard of him?
No, but I've heard of a lot of the like bartenders and stuff like that. Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Pork Chop Tom.
Pork Chop Tom. They were they were a local band. They were always there.
Yeah. Oh, a band. Yeah. Okay.
So we went to go. It was my buddy's cousin. So me and him, you know, we all go, all our friends. And these dudes, they're just big guys. They're bigger than me, taller than me, and just bigger than me, right?
All your buddies.
All my buddies. Yeah. And so we're there, and then this girl just calls me out. A girl. She was bigger than me. We didn't know her, but she was bigger than me.
Was she German?
No. Turns out that she was related to that boxer guy that got beat up, and then she was telling me like
who was your friend, right?
Yeah.
He was on your team.
Yeah, like how come
on your team?
How come you couldn't help out, you know, my brother or whatever? And she was calling me.
Oh, she was mad at you because you couldn't help the boxer.
Yeah, and I was like,
like, what? I thought he had it. I was.
She was trying to get at me, right? She was trying to get at me and all this stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Throwing like her boyfriend was holding her back, and then her boyfriend was like, yo, like, look who he's with. Like, these dudes, there's like 12 of them.
Like, yeah, babe, I got your back, but I don't know if I got your back that much.
Yeah.
Way back there.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I'm here. I was like the littlest one. I was like, what's up? Looking back.
With his crowbar right here behind you.
Yeah.
Like
so you don't know me.
But that was my story of Callahan. That was the first and last time I've been.
First and last time.
I think it was, maybe I've gone
First
twice. And that was like the second time, but yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
Callahan's.
Yeah.
That bar, I have heard some stories. That bar has been there forever.
Yeah.
Ever. A couple of people have won hit the big lottery there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. One guy, I don't know the exact amount, but I know it was like over $1 million, and then someone else like 800,000.
Oh wow.
Lottery's been hit there a couple of times.
We gotta go play the lottery.
I always do.
Oh,
I won $152 the other day on Keno.
Oh, nice.
I got a speeding ticket on my way to work.
There you go.
Right? So exactly. So, but I just got it in the mail. It was $300. No, it wasn't a wash. It was $367 for the dang ticket. And I got to take traffic school because I have not had a ticket in so long. So I'm like, okay, I better take traffic school, and then we're good because I don't need my insurance going up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was almost it was like a half.
Yeah.
It was a halfer. It took me half of it for sure.
Yeah.
I remember not so long ago, maybe like a month and a half, 2 months ago, there was some shooting that happened over there in that cul-de-sac. Yeah, what happened there? Because I know you posted something about that.
Yeah.
I passed by and
Mark Meester from
Channel 7, I think.
Kick Out 5. I don't know. He's
like
one of the one of the surfer hot looking tan guys.
He's pretty hot, yeah.
Yeah, he's hot. He was there, and he wanted to ask us, because we have surveillance. He wanted to see if he could see surveillance, and I'm like, Tom, my boss, is like, go out there and talk to him, and I'm like, hey, can we take a picture? Can you just talk to me? Let's talk on camera. But he was like, no. But we did take a picture, and there was I don't know the exact story, but there was a robbery, not there around there, but the guy was on, I think it was like a high-speed chase. I never heard the whole true story, but they ended up on our street, and he was trying to get in some of the businesses right there, and I want to say he probably went out the back. There's like a rock quarry back there. But they blocked the street off, and SWAT was out there, and it was crazy. There was actually a shooting, and it was not the suspect though. So it was not the
that
suspect.
got shot.
It was one of the business owners.
Oh shit!
Wow.
One of the local business owners, and like what exactly I heard was from one of the neighbors. So I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just like it's hearsay. But yeah, he kind of was going through some stuff, and so it just so happened that he heard. I think I want to say maybe like the robber guy tried to go into his business, and he was like, "Oh hell no," and had a gun, and then it ended up being a standoff between the cops. So it was a little craziness. It was definitely chaotic over there.
Crazy.
We could only get to Chica's, which is right up the street. It's a little restaurant right there. That's as close as they would let us. But we had surveillance, you know, so we were kind of watching what was going on. We saw the SWAT teams coming in and out, and it was crazy. So the news team was there, and we opened at 11. We were able to open at 11 o'clock that day, and of course we were super busy. Everyone trying to find out like, what was going on. But I never got like the full story, and it was funny because it wasn't ever broadcasted, or like they kept it kind of like low key, and I think because they didn't find the guy. The suspect, they didn't. He got away. So I want to say that maybe that's why they kept it so
like the stuff that they should be reporting, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
kind of, hey, the guy got away.
The guy got away.
You know, like,
no.
How about report that?
No, but I did watch the news. You know what they said about it, and it wasn't what happened as far as I knew what happened.
Jeez,
so
fake news.
Brush it under the rug,
I don't even watch the news anymore. I'm like, it either depresses me or it's like, so much stuff is going on.
There's no more fun pieces anymore. You remember they used to have like fun pieces every once in a while. They don't even have that anymore. It's all depressing. It's all bad news.
Yeah, I don't.
Not fake news, bad news.
And maybe some of it is fake. That's why it's like I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't even want my kids. I don't want it on. I just don't. If I need to know something that bad, I'll figure it out, or it'll come up on my phone.
What kind of news can you give us from Callahan? Some kind of stories, some crazy shit that happened over there.
There's been all kinds of crazy stuff. That bar, we get some crazies over there.
They have that. They have those doors that go out to the street that look like they. Like if someone, like a bouncer wanted to just grab someone and throw them out the door, it's like a perfect place, you know? And then right on the street, you know?
Nothing too crazy has happened since I've worked there. They like say it's haunted. That's
really?
like kind of a story.
Now that's
by
fun.
this lady, Martha. And she used to work there. Maybe she was a cook or something. And
she died there?
No. She died there. No, she didn't die there. This was something I heard from one of like the old bartenders that had worked there years ago. I heard this recently. But of course we've had some crazy stuff happen there. I mean, there's been a couple fights since I've been there. I've had a few fights. When I worked on the weekends, I would get, fights with the younger kids, younger crowd. One time we were having the UFC fight, and there was a guy sitting at a table like this. And the whole fight had gone, and he's just sitting there, he's drinking. He didn't drink too much. All of a sudden, the final match came, or whatever it is, the big fight,
the main event,
and the main event exactly. And so whatever. So one of the guys lost. Well, he got up and he took his table and just flipped it upside down and started screaming and yelling all crazy. And I'm like, my security guard's like kind of not paying. I'm like, Garza, and he came running over it. I don't know, maybe he lost money or something in the fight, but that was kind of fun. I was like, what the heck was that about? Like he just flipped out. Everyone's just kind of looking like it's a pretty chill bar for the most part. Like there's nothing too crazy that happens there, at least that I can think of off the top of my head. But I'm sure as we're talking, I'll think of something.
There's been a few stabbings there.
I'm
just saying.
I'm sure.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a lot more than a few stabbings I've gone. We just don't know about it. But.
Yeah, no, it's not
I'm
in
not
the
allowed to say.
best of areas, but so he knows.
That's what it is, right? Man. What about with your customers? Like, you got some? You don't have any like weirdos? That come in there? Like some stalkers?
Come on, I get weirdos all the time. Oh my gosh, like people think
are they reoccurring weirdos?
I'm pretty good at like, what I mean? Like, bye, bye. If you and I'm not like, I'm very nice and but but don't piss me off because it's like I have that other side that's like gotta go. But I've had some guys get a little out of hand. Just recently I did actually, and he's one of my regulars, and I'm not even gonna say names or anything or even what happened, but I was so mad, and I was like, you need to leave. Like, it's just, this isn't, that wasn't okay. You know what you did wasn't okay. But yeah, of course I get the, I wear little shorts and little shirts and, dress all cute. Yeah. And of course I get the comments and, you know what I mean? Like, guys just being assholes. And I have a lot of regulars that are there like all the time. And so usually people will kind of keep themselves in check because they know. And like, if they do get out of hand or anything, we have everything, we've got cameras, you know, and I have a lot of people that have my back, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But there's been times where it's been so, like, for a while the weekends were getting really busy, and I had told my boss, like, we might want to do security during the day, I don't like people to touch, or you know what I mean, like when I'm walking by, don't do none of that.
Well, no,
like,
that's inappropriate. You should never do that anywhere.
You should never do that, you know what I mean? But I've had people like try to grab my bottle opener or like grab my rag off my end. Like, don't, keep your hands to yourself. Like, that's big for me. So it's like, if that ever happens, you gotta go. Just, I don't care. I don't care to lose the business. And I'll be very, very nice. I'll be nice for, I have very thick skin and I can tolerate a lot. So I'll be cool. I'll tell you, especially if you're a regular, like I'll give you a couple chances, but don't, after that it's like, bye. We've had 86 a few people.
Yeah.
For sure.
See, there's a thing with etiquette, right? And you go to a strip club, there's strip club etiquette, bro. There's a bar etiquette. There's an etiquette anywhere you're at. I was just talking to these kids today. I coached my son's team. There's a dugout etiquette, and I'm trying to teach them the dugout etiquette. But there's an etiquette to
everything.
For
everything in life, there's a way to act.
And doing that kind of stuff is just not, like there's a thing, dude. When you walk into a bar, you're gonna go and she's gonna smile at you. She get you a drink. She gonna talk to you, give you the attention, because that's what it is. That's what
That's what we're there for. We're there to give you a good time and
let me enjoy my night, right? That's what it's for. But once you start thinking like, okay, well maybe I got a chance, maybe I can, nah.
Well, what do you think? And that's kind of what my like with my Instagram, like I think some guys think it's like a dating, like a Tinder or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm not looking for dates. I'm not, you know what I mean? This really the You Can Call Me Jax, like we were talking about earlier, was kind of an experiment. Like I love the free advertising. I love the free marketing of Instagram. I think that all that stuff is huge, and it's our future. You know what I mean? That it's gonna be there forever. So that's kind of. It's not a dating site.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. I'm up there. I'm of course, like I will have fun with you. I will flirt with you. I look good. I'll look cute. I dress cute, and I'll make sure you have the best service when you're there on my shift, and just respect that. You know what I mean? Respect that and be a gentleman, or, even I've had some girls say some stuff before that it's just like, come on, dude, don't talk like that. Yeah. Like, who the fuck raised you? Excuse my language.
No, it's
bleep that out. Sorry. But who raised you? Like, that's not right. So I have two boys. So it's like if they ever act like that. I told a guy the other day, now that you say that, something just rang. He kept making these comments, and I've known him, and he's a regular, and he was there with his brother, and his brother was like, dude, stop. Yeah. So he wouldn't stop. Well, one of my other regulars was sitting next to him, and he had a black eye. A box had fallen on him or something. And I finally was like, you know what? I have two little boys. I'm like, and if they ever talk to someone the way you're talking right now, they would look like that guy. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I don't hit my kids, but don't talk like that. Right. And like, I'm teaching them that now. That's huge. Yeah. It's a big deal. I hope everybody thinks that way.
And I'm sure with your regular, he was probably like, he brought his brother along. He's trying to show off like, hey, look, she's cool with me, right? And then,
Oh yeah, I know. Exactly he came back. He ended up coming back like a couple days later, and he was like, I'm so sorry about my brother. And I'm like, oh, just, what? He doesn't need to act like that. Like, that was just so disrespectful. Yeah. He ended up leaving, and it's like, I hate that. I don't want to have to make you leave. Like, you can't act right. Yeah. You're an adult. Like, God, that's why I'm saying, like, sometimes I'm just like, God, who raised these people? Like,
well, that's what it comes down to again. Who raised these people?
Who raised you?
So
no matter what environment you're in, I guess.
Yeah, just if you're raised right and you have parents that care, then you should be a decent human being.
Yeah, I've never been an aggressive male. You know?
Yeah,
like so unattractive. It is so unattractive. I'm sorry, but it's just such a turn off. Like, what do they think? What do you think? You think that you acting like that is gonna make me want to like?
Well, here's the thing. The reason why they act like that though is because there are some girls that do like that. That's the reason why, because it works.
They like the attention. You know what I mean? Like, they don't like that. Nobody likes that. No. But it's more that they just like, we love the attention, or I don't know. I would hate to believe that there's girls that like that, but I see what you're saying. That there probably are. Something's wrong with girls.
When it comes to girls and dating and all that, my
specialist.
No, my guess has always been to be nice and
because that's how you were raised.
But then there are girls that they like the mean guy or they like the jerk, and they're just drawn to that
until they don't.
Yeah.
Which more times than not, they're not going to end up liking that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what you want.
No. Right.
I could tell you for sure that I've been in several relationships where I'm just like, what the heck is wrong with my picker? Like, my picker is wrong. I cannot pick a guy. You know what I mean? Like, what is going on with me? But I don't want anybody like that. Like, being disrespectful to women is just, that's not okay. No. And like, that's not what my Instagram is about. And like, I do a lot of damage control. I'm constantly erasing comments, and like, I'm trying to keep it, it's fun. It is.
That must take forever.
No, but it is. It's for fun, and it was an experiment. And like we were talking about earlier, with the savage suiting thing, it's like that's what I would like. I don't want to bartend forever. I was actually in real estate for a really long time.
Oh, really?
I was a real estate broker. I was in real estate for like 14 years.
Wow.
I lost my license. I got involved with a business partner that kind of was doing some stuff, and I ended up having to surrender my license because of it. So, and it was I took some time off and kind of got to reflect, and It sucks because I don't know if I will maybe eventually be able to practice real estate again, but do I want to get back into that? Probably not. Probably not. It's just, it took so long to build up that clientele.
14 years is a long time though.
So much work, and I was making great money. I really was. But do I want to start over? Like, no. No. And that's kind of what brought me down here to Callahans. And then it's like we talked about the savage suiting, and I love sales. Like that's my thing. You know, I'm a good talker. I'm like you. Like I love being around people. I could, you know, so that's what kind of how You Can Call Me Jax got started, because it's like whatever I end up doing with this, if I get the right followers, I could do anything with this, you know.
Yeah, reap from those benefits, right? But,
yeah, for sure.
So savage suiting, right? Savage suiting,
yes, it's in Orange County.
And that's just like get your own tailored suit?
Yeah, my friend started it, and how he started was he would go to people and he would fit them wherever they were at, and he would go and, you know, these successful businessmen, and he would fit them, and then about 3 weeks later, they would get a custom suit ready to fit, perfect, tailored, whatever, you know, material they picked out. And so he started like that. Then now he has a brick and mortar in Orange County. And he'd been trying to kind of get me to come and work for him for a while. And I'm like, okay, let's see what I can do with this, you know. And like I had did a lot of research on who my competition was, and found some local people that then I started following them on Instagram, trolling, or, you know, stalking, however you want to say. But yeah, then like we were saying earlier, I was telling you, like, then I got Jacoby Brissett to follow me back, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like I could build on this, you know, I can make this into something big, I think. And that's, if I'm going to do something, I'm an overachiever I want to be the best. Like I'm going to be the best at this. So I'm going to make custom suits or sell custom suits, and I want to sell them to all the ball players, or, you know what I mean? I want to be big. I want to be big. So we're going to actually do a big fundraiser at the Foundation Room in Anaheim at the House of Blues. That's going to be coming up probably I think we're going to do that in about a month. They're meeting with the marketing director over there and kind of figuring that stuff out. But he would like to join the Foundation Room. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like a VIP room on the top of the House of Blues. And they have one here. I want to say Vegas, Dallas, Chicago. So for a certain amount of money per year, you can have full access to that. And that's where those celebrities hang out. And so he's joining, and we'll probably do a lot of promotional stuff there. Yeah, I'm excited. I just like, I'm business minded. Like, you know, I like to make money. So however, you know,
I just got to keep moving forward, you know. That's just moving forward.
That's it, you know. And like, there's so many times where, especially after I kind of got in a little bit of trouble, I just felt like, what am I going to do? You know, like my career was just taken away from me, something that I worked so hard for so long. But, you know, I want to take it and just kind of make it into, something positive, you know. Like I've had a lot of ideas, especially working with Savage Suiting, like, they want to do a nonprofit, and I'm like, how cool would it be with like this whole prison reform and Prop 57? I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it was like a law recently passed by Governor Brown. And it has to do with like, pretty much they want, when you're in prison, they're giving you all these incentives. So do good, get a bachelor. You can get your bachelor's. You could do anything there. You can get your GED. You can get bachelor's degree, master's degrees. So for all of their achievements, they get time off. And I thought, how cool would that be to offer these guys and women like suits, you know? If we could get, Colin Kaepernick did something recently, a couple of years ago, where he took 100 custom suits and he gave them to prisoners that were just getting out. And, you know, I thought that was so cool. Like if somebody, you know, if they earned something or they did something to get out sooner, like let's give them like a nice suit and help them get out on the streets and just better people. You know, that's my thing. I just would like to see a better future, not even just for my kids, but for everyone, you know, for everyone. So, I've got all these ideas. I'm like, let's do a nonprofit for that. Let's do let's do this. Let's do that. Let's help these people. But I want to turn that into something positive, you know, because it was such a negative time in my life. And it was like something that was really, really hard for me, especially when I had to give up my license. You know, like I worked forever. I had my broker's license. Like I was a broker. I ran a company, you know, for 8 years almost. And so that was really hard. That was really, really tough. And it really like financially hit me, you know. I had just had my second son, and it was a big deal. So I want to see something like positive come out of that. And when I got involved with Savage Suiting, and he's a great guy, he's just super cool. And so I told him about that idea, and he's like, that's awesome. Like, yeah, we could totally do something like that. Nice. So we have all these extra, you know, he has a lot of extra like off the rack stuff that is just left over. And it's like, so we're kind of putting it together, and it's like, let's see what we can do with this. You know, let's try to do something for the community. You know, there's a prison here in Chino, you know, the men's prisons in Chino. So it's like, how cool would that be if we could give 100 guys, you know, so not even, let's just pick pick let's not just pick just any random people, but maybe someone that spent time getting their bachelor's or their master's there, you know, or working on themselves. You know, there's so many programs in the prison. I was really into that Prop 57 because I've had a lot of family members that have been in prison, and you know, so I wanted to help. I would like to do something with that.
Well, that's the key is the reform system has been so bad for so many years that, you know, something like that passed, you know, that it's a positive thing because
it really is.
They need a reform system.
Yeah.
They needed that. I think most likely you were going to get out of prison and just go right back. You know what I mean? It had been like that for so long.
Because you made up, you know, you made more.
Because how many connections you made there, or, you know, this and that.
Right.
And so that was something that I kind of want to talk with you guys about. And I thought, well, maybe I should mention it to them ahead of time. But I'm like, you know, they seem like cool guys. Like, I feel like they're down to talk about whatever. It's not nothing crazy, but that's just a big deal to me. That's really close to me. And so I would like to be able to just change the future, you know? I just feel like we really, if we don't do our part, you know, because who else is? Like, we really don't know, you know? And for my kids, like, I want them to have the best future that they can have. Yeah. So that's big for me.
I mean, it's easy to point out a problem, but you know, it's not, pointing out the problem is easy. It's the solution, right?
Exactly. And or just around, being part of it. Just being a part of it.
Throw ideas around, see what lands, you know? It can only be better, right?
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
It can be worse. I mean, right? Hopefully. But that's cool, man. I really think that's cool. The suits. Is that going to be something that is like an affordable thing? Is that how you guys going to sell it
it's
too?
crazy. Like, it's funny because they
paying,
start.
I have to finance my suit?
No. They had actually, he made it so when you are in like, just say when you're in a wedding, it's like $200 you're going to pay to rent a suit. So he's actually made it $199. The same suit that you could rent, you could buy.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, oh, that's really cool. So there's levels, you know what I mean? It starts at $199 and it goes all the way up to $4 or $5, depending on what you want, you know, they be like Armani, but no, it starts at $199 and the material, everything's really nice. They fit nice. It's custom. It's completely custom, and you own it, you know? So I thought that was really cool. I'm like, that's great, because if you're in a wedding, you're going to rent a suit anyway. So why not have one that you could wear for something else? So that was so they've been doing, that's kind of how they started doing wedding parties. It was like, either you're gonna rent it for $200 or buy it from us for $200, you know. So buy it.
It's a good selling pitch.
It really is. And I was like, this kid's smart, you know. I like him. He's got some good ideas. So together we've got a lot of good ideas going on. So I'm excited for that too. And that's just very new to me. You know, I hadn't decided which way I wanted to go. Do I want to move out of California, sell my I own a house here in Orange County, and so it was like, do I want to sell my house and move? Do I want to uproot my boys? I don't know. I don't know what I want to do yet, but I could probably do that from anywhere. Same thing with real estate. You know, I could get back into flipping houses, which is basically what I was doing, you know. I can get back into that anywhere I go. Yeah. Really. I can go out of state. I can go do that in Texas. I can do that here. So, yeah, I have a lot of ideas. And bartending's not, I love bartending. I do. I like it. I'm like you. I'm very talkative. I love being around people. I'm very social. So bartending keeps me not bored. You know, I get bored very easy. So I have to do something to keep me busy. But yeah, that's my plan.
Yeah, that's
a good plan.
Yeah,
it's a good plan. I think it was with you. We were talking about like back in let's say like our parents' age of working. You know, like their prime of working. That's all they did was they worked that one job. Yeah, and then they came home. Yeah, you know. And nowadays it's like wherever I could get my hands. You know, whatever I could do to make money, I'm gonna do.
Well, they say to be, you know, successful now. I mean, everybody's gonna work. Most of the people are gonna work until they die. But if you want to be successful and you want to be well off, you have to have. I thought it was 5 forms of income. It's like 10 or 11 or 12 forms of income now. Yeah, can you imagine that? Crazy? I have one.
I have one. I have like one too.
No, I have a few, but like a savings is a form of income. You know, an investment is a form of income. You know, your 401k, that's a form of income.
Yeah. Especially to live in California. You know, to live here, it's very expensive.
So that's, you know, like you're doing that right now. You're gonna go do savage suiting.
Savage suiting. Yes.
I don't know why I kept saying manage.
Manage suiting.
Savage suiting. And
you could get those two mixed up.
Yeah, that's like totally
that is weird, huh?
Not way off close at all.
Mansavage. Oh, you know what? I was
thinking make up your own suiting company. Do you want to, let's just start this right now.
Man savage.
That's like a manscaping of all in one. Man savage.
We should get into that now.
Come on over, man.
But no, the savage suiting, you know, like you said, the bartending, you're doing it. It's just fun, but
it's a great way for me to network. You know, I have met so many people there, and then, you know, recently that I've started with Savage, I've introduced it to a lot of people out there because I know a lot of businessmen out there, and they're like, really? You do that? Like, of course we would love for you to come to our office and fit us for suits, you know? And I mean, it's very convenient. Yeah. You could get a really, really nice suit, like very nice, for like $600.
Yeah.
Like, nice, like business, you know, that you would pay a lot of money for. So I feel like it was a good idea. And I'm like, I would love to be a part of this, you know, even if it doesn't work out or how I wanted it to, I'm definitely willing to give it a try.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Later on, Izzy and Feeder are going to get.
I got you guys. You guys need suits?
That's funny because today I actually told somebody I want to buy a suit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I want to just wear a suit.
Yeah.
Just cause. Where are you going? No, I'm going to the restroom. But I look good. But I look good. You know what I mean?
But hey, it's my business.
Yeah, it's my business. Yeah. I've always wanted to wear like a suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, with some nice shoes.
No, yeah, I only wear
so
suit.
sexy. It is really, to me, what dressing, like the way a person dresses is just says so much. You know what I mean? Especially like a man and even a woman, but a man, like when they're dressed nice, it just, I don't know, it says so much to me. It's just very.
I love the whole like Mad Men era.
Oh, yes. Definitely. That's why he's got his.
You know what I mean?
What was your bowler hat?
Oh, yeah, man.
There you go.
Top hat.
We're going to wear these hats? All right.
I got this on.
Get that St. Patty's Day thing going on?
There you go.
But I love that I love that whole era, you know, of like the hats. When gentlemen used to wear hats and stuff like that, or, you know, the
what was that? Like, I guess it was like what year? Like maybe I'm thinking 50s?
50s? Late 40s?
No,
Yeah,
that was like
40s,
in the 30s, man.
30s, 40s.
30s.
And the suits.
30s was more like tuxedo type suits.
I was gonna say I was thinking more like the tux. Yeah, the tux.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the
40s. I'm thinking more 40s, 50s. Late 40s and 50s. That's what he's talking about.
That's a nice,
very, very sexy.
A good.
We're not gonna keep your head on.
No.
I thought you were taking it off.
No. No, yeah. I mean, if you looked at their wardrobe, that's all it was, right? Like in the movies, it was just suits. Like
it's
never.
Basically,
really
and I think they had because of their work ethic. We don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
We don't have that anymore. It's kind of sad, you know. And I'm like, I want my boys to have that because I was raised that way.
Yeah.
You know, I had a lot. My family took very, you know, I was well taken care of. I went to private school, but they made sure that I knew how hard they worked to give us that, you know. Yeah. And like, I feel like that's so important for our kids. Yeah. Like that's just you have.
Yeah, I have a son.
Yeah, so you know what we're talking about. Then it's just like for them to have the best, you know,
for sure
era or generation.
You know what? I get a lot of heat on this, but I'll buy my kid clothes that fits him, even if it's for the month and he outgrows it. But he looks good in it because it's fitted, you know. It's real.
Yeah, well, yeah, proper. No, I mean that's something we want to teach them. You want to teach them to look good and you know, and to feel good about yourself. When you look good like that, then you feel good, and when you feel good, then I feel like you do good. You know, there you go.
There you go. I've said that so many times. It's very true. Yeah. Very true.
It is true.
Very true. And you look good right now.
Yeah. I do? Oh, that hat with the flip, with the.
I see it now. Mexican, Irish.
The Mexican Irish. Totally.
Mexican Irish.
You know, well, the flags are the same.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same. One color's off. And you're missing an eagle.
When is St. Patrick's Day?
The 17th.
The 17th. The 14th. You're thinking Valentine's Day.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. All the holidays back to back. It's like, when is it? The 25th?
No, St. Patrick's Day is the 17th. We're doing it a little early.
A little early? It's all good.
It is early, but not much early.
I used to have this little friend I used to go drinking with, the little Mexican guy. He used to love going to Irish pubs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, we're really brown. We would go to like
we're a little dark for that.
Huntington Beach. You know, I was like,
yeah,
really. He's like, he loved the white girls. Yeah. And he'd let's go. And then St. Patrick's Day is like, let's go, we're going. Oh, I never felt so out of place. Yeah. So I was like, hey.
Yeah.
Another one.
Exactly.
Like,
just get a couple.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah. No. It's funny.
So I know you said that you guys were doing something for at Callahans for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, our St. Patrick's Day is going to be really big. Yeah, we have bands, we have DJs. We're opening this year at 11, which I was going to talk to them about that. I'm like, well, maybe we should open a little early, you know? Like, let's open at 9. Let's do brunch.
Get it in there.
I don't know. With the advertisement and stuff, I feel like it will be busy. But so far, as of right now, it's 11 a.m. to probably 2 a.m. We're all going to be working. We'll probably be there. I'll be there all day. You know, we'll take a break and then come back. But it's busy. We do we close off the whole parking lot, the whole street, and we have booths out there and all kinds of stuff. We'll have our calendars. We'll have T-shirts. It'll be pretty big. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Nice. And then, you know, are you guys gonna be able to use all that cul-de-sac area?
I don't know how it goes. I think we block off our parking lot, and then it'll be nice because it's the weekend, so there'll be a lot of parking around there. Because normally we have our biggest problem is parking. Yeah. So there won't be so many, you know, the businesses won't be taking up all the parking like they normally do. But yeah, I think we just block off our little parking lot area, and we'll do booths there, and we'll have all kinds of stuff, and kids can come, you know, everybody can come. It's, you know, we have food all day, and it's going to be fun. Yeah. But from what I hear, it gets pretty busy. So it'll be a big party.
So we'll have to go early.
You guys should come by. Yes. come early. At least come by. We have a small menu. So there's only a few items on the menu. We have hot dog, Irish nachos, the corned beef and cabbage.
What are Irish nachos?
Irish nachos are nachos with French fries.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much, yeah. Very good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll have to go.
Yeah.
Come by, at least. You guys better.
For sure.
We'll go for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been fun.
Yeah.
It has. Oh my gosh, I'm so
looking
happy
forward to
you guys
Irish
had me.
nachos.
And see, you were nervous.
I was nervous, and I talked more than you guys.
I'm still nervous.
You carried our show.
I did. Thank God, huh? No,
Thank you for coming on.
No, of course. Thank you guys for having me. That was awesome. I had fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Good luck.
I was like so nervous, and I've been putting it off since Christmas.
Yeah,
I think he asked me in December or something forever, but when you mentioned the St. Patty's Day special, I'm like, I have to do that, especially for Callahans, you know, just to be here. But I had a great time, and I appreciate it for sure. I think we'll have to do this again. I wanted to bring I wanted to bring someone with me. I'm like, someone come with me. Let's do this together. But she had to work today, and I'm like, whatever.
We got that fourth mic. We'll bring it in, and we'll do another show.
We'll do another one soon.
Maybe sports related show.
I would like to do that. Well, now that I have my one quarterback follower, I'm like I feel like so proud of myself. Yeah. You know, so.
Hey, but there's a lot of athletes that you can hit up. Like we just got Mr. Vic. What did he say last name was?
Vic.
CrossFitter.
Those
guys probably. I bet they're gonna need suits
for sure. No, I'm Vic.
We know people in the bodybuilding industry.
No, I would really like to make that big, because I feel like fashion is like we talk, you know, like we just said, it's just when you look good, you feel good, and you do good. And so that's big for me. I'm excited. I'm really excited. And I would love to get into doing professionals, you know, and doing the ball players and the Angels players, or I'll go to Indianapolis. I don't care.
Or the Dodgers players.
The Dodgers. Okay. I'm an Angels fan. Yeah. But okay, the Dodgers.
And thank you for coming on.
He's like, bye. Done. Get her mic.
No, that's cool, man.
I appreciate it, though. I had a lot of fun with you guys. That was awesome.
So there you have it.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Best of luck to you guys too.
Jackie, thank you very much.
We'll see you on but are these 4-leaf? Okay.
Nah.
No, 3-leaf clovers.
No, 3-leaf. What is it? 3-leaf bad?
These are
I don't know. Why don't they make them
knockoffs.
They always talk about 4-leaf clovers, but then when they make them, they only make them 3-leaf. I'm like, what's
up with that?
Because they're rare.
Because they're very rare. They're hard to find.
Boom. And with
but
that,
you have 4-leaf clovers on there.
I'm Vinny. I'm Jackie.
Jack.
And this is How We Talk Podcast.
Bye, guys.